Saab has always been a name that's lingered on the fringes of the automotive world. Never quite achieving household status. Even at their peak, right up until their 2016 exit from the US market, Saab's cars were a niche choice, the kind of vehicles favored by those who didn't follow the crowd. But back in the 1960s, when British sports cars like the MGB and Triumph TR4 were all the rage, Saab dared to step into the limelight with something completely unexpected, a lightweight sports car that broke all the rules. Enter the Saab Sonet, a car that paired a quirky design with one of the most aggressive-sounding engines of its time. The story of the Sonet begins in the 1950s, where a group of Saab engineers, led by racing enthusiast Rolf Melde, set out to create a two-seat roadster prototype. Working on a shoestring budget, they crafted their vision in a barn near Saab's headquarters in Sweden. Initially dubbed the Saab 94, the prototype was later renamed Sonet, derived from a Swedish phrase that loosely translates to "how neat it is." True to its name, the car was an impressive feat of engineering. Weighing just 1,220 pounds, thanks to an aircraft-inspired aluminum chassis and a fiberglass body, the Sonet was a lightweight marvel. Its design drew inspiration from European classics like the Porsche 356 Speedster and Alfa Romeos of the era, but with a distinct Saab flair. Underneath, the Sonet was powered by a 748 cubic centimeter inline three-cylinder two-stroke engine borrowed from Saab's 93 and 96 models. With just 57 horsepower and about 60 pound-feet of torque, the engine made the Sonet sound more like a motorcycle than a car. But thanks to its featherweight build, the Sonet delivered a driving experience that was agile and exhilarating. Unveiled at the 1956 Stockholm Motor Show, the Sonet prototype turned heads, but only 6 units were ever built before Saab shelved the project to focus on their sedans. That could have been the end of the story. But a decade later, in 1966, the Sonet made a triumphant return with a radical redesign. The Sonet 2 was a complete departure from its predecessor. Gone was the roadster styling. In its place was a sleek fastback with a large glass rear window reminiscent of the Plymouth Barracuda. The body featured a distinctive cam-back rear to improve aerodynamics, while the recessed headlights and angular front end gave it a more modern, cohesive look. At just 148 inches long, the Sonet 2 was 10 inches shorter than the MGB, making it an undeniably compact sports car. Under the hood, the Sonet 2 still carried a two-stroke inline-3 engine, now upgraded to 841 cubic centimeters and producing 60 horsepower. Though modest by today's standards, the engine's 3 carburetors and high-revving nature made for a unique driving experience. Paired with a 4-speed manual transaxle operated via a column shifter, the Sonet 2 was lively and fun, capable of reaching 100 miles per hour if you had the patience. However, the two-stroke engine proved to be a tough sell in the US, where its noisy, smoky operation didn't align with American tastes. To broaden its appeal, Saab replaced the two-stroke with a 1.5-liter Ford V4 engine in 1967, creating the Sonet V4. This change eliminated the need for oil-gas mixing and made the car more practical for everyday use. The new engine delivered 65 horsepower and significantly more torque, improving drivability and low-end performance. With its added power, the Sonet V4 could sprint to 60 miles per hour in around 12 seconds and cruise comfortably on American highways. Sales improved, with 1,600 units sold between 1967 and 1969. By 1970, Saab gave the Sonet a facelift to keep it competitive. The updated Sonet 3 featured pop-up headlights, a full-width grille with integrated fog lights, and a redesigned rear window that now hinged for easier access to the cargo area. Inside, the dashboard was modernized, and the column shifter was replaced with a more engaging floor-mounted gear lever. Though emissions regulations slightly reduced the V4's power, a 1.7-liter upgrade in 1972 brought output back to 65 horsepower. Despite these improvements, the Sonet 3 was not without its flaws. Its 60-40 front-to-rear weight distribution and challenging engine serviceability drew criticism, but its communicative steering and engaging driving dynamics earned praise. The car's lightweight build and modest power made it perfect for enjoying public roads without risking a speeding ticket. Beyond its technical aspects, the Sonet carved a unique identity in the sports car landscape. Its distinct design elements, such as the wraparound rear glass and pop-up headlights, made it stand out in a sea of more conventional offerings. Enthusiasts appreciated its aircraft-inspired engineering, a nod to Saab's origins as an airplane manufacturer. This fusion of innovation and quirkiness turned the Sonet into more than just a car. It became a symbol of Saab's daring creativity. Sadly, the Sonet's story came to an end in 1974. The oil crisis and new crash safety regulations forced Saab to fit heavy impact bumpers, which hampered the car's performance. With sales plummeting, Saab discontinued the Sonet after producing just over 8,000 units of the Sonet 3, bringing total production across all models to slightly more than 10,000. Today, the Saab Sonet remains a quirky yet affordable classic, offering a unique slice of automotive history for those who dare to be different. Restorers and collectors often celebrate its blend of lightweight engineering and distinctive styling. Events and car meets occasionally feature these hidden gems, where owners eagerly share the fascinating history of their cars. Would you take one over an MGB or an Alfa Spider? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about the cars that defined eras.